What's up, everybody? This is Ron K. Armstrong, filmmaker extraordinaire, and I know it's been a long time since I've done a video, but it's been a very, very busy year thus far, and it's going to continue to get busy. I'm working on my scripts, just finished working on The Incredibles 2 for Disney, which was a heart attack. It was a very challenging campaign, so it's winding down, but there's still a lot of work to do. And today I want to talk to you about a very important subject, but the first thing I want you to do is hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if this is the first time that you're watching, and share it with friends and family so we can get the message out about what Hollywood is doing. I got my friend Willie Tyler Lester in the background, and hopefully Lester will talk today, or maybe not. He's a very quiet guy, very shy guy. So we'll see if he has a commentary. But let's get into this subject of the Star Wars and the SJW agenda. Now, everybody knows, it's no secret, that The Last Jedi sucked. It was a horrible film, and on multiple layers. And just the story, characterization was inconsistent from the original trilogy. The way they treated Luke Skywalker was very, very demeaning. He's supposed to be a master Jedi. So what it did, and I'm just summarizing, is it really that's turned out to have a great impact upon Solo, a Star Wars story, where many Star Wars fans boycotted that movie. I was one of them that boycotted the movie. I didn't go see the movie, especially when I heard about this whole Lando Calrissian thing being pansexual. I was like, what? What are we talking about here? So a lot of people are upset, and Lucasfilm is fighting back, specifically Kathleen Kennedy and her circle of friends, by calling the Star Wars fans racist, you know, sexist, and things of that nature, which is just not good. I mean, the customer is always right. You have these loyal Star Wars fans who have been with this brand for so many years, generations, and now because they didn't like The Last Jedi, rightfully so, because it did not follow the Star Wars canon, Lucasfilm's reaction is to call them names instead of like sympathizing with them and working with them to change and make the next episode, episode 9, better. So what I want to talk about specifically is how the Star Wars fans are complaining about the SJW agenda, how it's been injected into Star Wars, and that is what really is at the heart of destroying The Last Jedi and causing the outrage to boycott Solo. And the announcement of the Boba Fett story, I'm sure it's going to impact that as well. So I want to see myself how long this boycott goes on. But what I want to say to you guys is this. The SJW agenda is happening with all films. We can see that going with Marvel, with the Avengers Infinity War, where the next installment of that, you're going to have Captain Marvel, this woman character that no one likes, and Ant-Man and Wasp, and then you have the Ghostbusters failure with all females, Ocean's 8. This is a concerted effort to push forth an agenda by the top elite. This is not about Kathleen Kennedy coming aboard and just injecting it. She's getting her orders from higher above, even above Bob Iger. And so you have to understand that there is this consensus now going on in Hollywood of thought, consensus of agenda. They're taking films and they're pushing what they call SJW diversity agenda. This has nothing to do with diversity also as well, because if you really look at it, African Americans are still degraded in these films. Finn in Star Wars is laughable. He's a deserter. Every time we turn around, he's trying to get out of fighting. And this is not about really equalizing things. It's about, for now, disempowering white males, emasculating white males, raising white females higher above, even though they are not qualified and they're not worthy of that. Case in point, Captain Marvel, pushing Captain Marvels to the forefront of the next Avengers movie, when we know that Captain Marvel, her comic book sales are the lowest. No one is interested. She's an unpopular character. No one is interested in her. And for Avengers, and their statement came out, and they were like, Marvel came out and said that we're going to make her our flagship for Marvel. No, if you should only do that if she has proven, that character has proven sales in comic book at the box office, and that has not happened. So you should be looking at things like Iron Man or Black Panther to make your flagship character for your brand. Because the agenda is coming from higher above, they're going to push this on you whether you want it or not. So I wanted you to know like how Hollywood works, that there are forces behind the scenes, namely, which I venture are think tank institutions like your Tavistock Hoover Institution, Rockefeller Foundation, that does, they do these surveys and they plan out possibly 70 to 100 years in advance what they want the world to look like, what they want the culture to be like. And then they work with these global institutions like Hollywood to push the agenda in the movies. Because, you know, one studio coming out there pushing the SJW agenda like Disney is no big deal. But when you see all studios doing it, then you have to ask yourself a question. What's going on here? Are we being manipulated? Are we being socially engineered to accept these things even though they're not popular? What they did to Star Wars in terms of, it was mostly female cast, the characters were uninteresting. In fact, Star Wars: The Last Jedi, there were no characters in that film that I found interesting whatsoever. In fact, I hated all of them. So, but they don't care. They pushing this agenda on you, and they say, listen, like it or not, this is what it is. And consequently, what it's doing is destroying the brand. Star Wars as a franchise, as a brand, is on life support. It is crippled now because of what they've done. And it's just, and I'll be honest with you, it's not just about the SJW agenda. It is also about good storytelling. It was a horrible, horrible script. If I were in film school and I handed in a script like The Last Jedi, they would ask me to leave. It was full of plot holes, no depth to the characters, inconsistent with the franchise. So multiple layers. But going back to what I was saying, the point of this video is I want you to understand how Hollywood works, is that they are the right arm of a larger propaganda machine, and they're using established franchises to put forth this agenda. You know, why can't Captain Marvel just have her own films and that be the end of it, and let her stand on her own and see if people like those films, and then from there springboard off into an Avengers film, Infinity War? No, because when you have an established franchise that is making billions of dollars at the box office, that is the perfect way to manipulate the public through mind control by injecting the SJW agenda. And the full agenda, it has not been realized yet, because, you know, you think it's about pushing the female empowerment or white women. No, it's not. It's about really emasculating males. It's an attack on males because they have to put in place their new world order. And in order to do that, alpha males stand in the way. So alpha males are the threat. So as you see with even The Incredibles 2, you have the idea of the woman out there being a superhero, that dad is staying home and taking care of the baby. And that's a film, you know, that's ridiculous, you know? So I want you to understand what Hollywood is doing, the plan behind that, and take a stand and do something and say, we're not going to put up with this. You know, you're not going to ruin our franchises. You're not going to try and manipulate us into this new culture, your weird culture or your new world order, by destroying our childhood franchises, our childhood films. So let them know, speak loud and clear. But I wanted the Star Wars fans to know that this is not just about Kathleen Kennedy, and more than likely she will be the fall guy or gal for this, because she is, has one foot out the door, and Bob Iger is about to fire her or let her go to replace her. We don't know yet who. And hopefully the replacement will get back to good storytelling and get this SJW agenda out, because it's left a sour taste. It's left Star Wars on life support, and we'll see. But understand that this there's a bigger hand at play here, the unseen hand, you know, the wizard behind the curtain. So who will reveal itself in time, and you will see how the real agenda unfolds. So until my next video, this is Ron K. Armstrong, filmmaker extraordinaire. Hit the like button, share my videos, subscribe to my channel, and friends, that's all for now.